Welcome, Hornets. This is part 3 of assignment 1, second term. This is from the material found on page, let me quickly check that, 287. And we are looking at the slope fields numbers 43 and 44. So there are two basic parts of what you're trying to do in this slope field. The first is you want to find the particular solution. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we do that. It's working with this equation right here and this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to take dy dx equals x squared minus 1, and we're going to take this point negative 1, 3 and put it off to the side. We're now going to separate our variables. Once again, this is our process, and we must go through this or we lose credit. Then we integrate. And now as we do our integration, we get y equals, we get 1/3 x cubed minus x plus c. And we're now going to take this point where x equals negative 1, y is 3. And we're going to put the negative 1 in for every place that we have an x. We're going to solve for c. This is giving us 3 equals negative 1/3 plus 1 plus c. That's 2 equals negative 1/3 plus c. And that's going to give me what, 7/3 equaling c. And I'm now going to write my equation, y equals 1/3 x cubed minus x plus 7/3. Now, we can also multiply this through by 3 so that we have y equals x cubed minus 3x plus 7. Now keep in mind these are the same expression with a dilation of 1/3. Okay? So please keep that in mind. We're now going to take a look at our slope field. And the second part of this assignment is they want us to draw the actual curve using these guidelines. Now the guidelines are like police officers. You're not allowed to run over them, so you can't go through them like so. All right? You can only go along them, and they will force you to turn. So you'll notice this police officer right here, he's forcing me to turn like this. And then I'm going to use these two here to guide me in between. And then I'm going to turn and go up. And you'll notice it's going to go really steep, really quick. So as I go up, I'm going to try and go right alongside this guy here. Then I'm going to do the same thing going on the other side. So using the police officers and going along the sides. Let's make this curve a little bit smoother. Once again, I'm just kind of cruising along, and they're guiding me. And there's my answer. So notice, I'm using these police officers, these lines, in order to guide my curve so that I get a smooth cubic. And here's my answer. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 44. Number 44 gives us a different equation. Notice now we've got a square root, or I guess a rational function, negative 1 over x squared, and the point 1, 3. This is what we're going to work with. So we're going to start off with writing it down. dy dx equals negative 1 over x squared. Now most people screw up with this because they want to jump directly to the integration. You are not allowed. I repeat, you're not allowed. Take it in multiple steps, please, and make your life easier. Now I can go ahead and integrate. Y equals, And this is going to end up giving me a negative 1, and therefore x to the minus 1 power plus c. And the point that they gave us was 1, 3. So 3 equals 1 to the negative first power plus 2, and therefore 3 equals 1 plus c. Oops, excuse me, I already gave the answer, didn't I? 2 equals c. So my answer is y equals 1 over x plus 2, and that's the answer that I'm looking for. We're now going to graph that answer. Okay. So using the slope field, you'll notice on this side, we're going to have to go up very quickly. I'm going to go right in between these, and there's a vertical line right here. Notice that's our asymptote. X cannot equal 0. Then we're going to go down along this side, and I'm going to go through, right in between. Let's move this down just a little bit more. Now I'm looking at this piece right here. You see it's a little bit off. It's a little bit skewed. I can make that a little bit cleaner. By just not being quite so abrupt. We don't want to mess up any other portions. So I'm kind of looking at it like that. I don't know, it doesn't look very good. I'm going to try it again. This time, I'm going to try and go down to the line below it. Yeah, that's much better. See how I'm not causing it to jump too much or to be too skewed. Just trying to make it a nice, smooth curve. And there's my answer. And there's one solution. Now, we are supposed to go through and try and find a second one, and that would mean choosing any other point on this and try to make a second curve. That is working with the slope field. I hope that's helped, and in conjunction with the information that I give you in class, or if you're watching for another teacher, hopefully your teacher is going through that with you as well, and you can use my information in coordination with them to make it work. Now we're going to continue working with slope fields, and you'll see them over and over again, but this is my first introduction to working with a slope field. I hope it's helped you, and please go over numbers 43 and 44 again to make sure you kind of get an idea. All right? Thank you very much, and take care. Bye-bye.